The definition of BTA. PSG absolutely slaughter Inter Milan in the Champions League final 5-0. Oh my God. I don't think I've seen a game like this in this big of a moment and just that big of a disappointment from Inter. Let's get into it. From the jump, PSG was just on the attack. They've been playing this way the entire tournament. So this was nothing that, wasn't expected. But man, was I expecting it to be this level of dominance that early? No, I wasn't. I mean, you have 2 goals within the first 25 minutes, and especially the first one, they looked easy. The passing was so fluid for PSG yesterday. It was, again, just calculated, coordinated, and the finishing last night was clinical. And at times with PSG, the finishing hasn't been clinical. Now, yes, they've been clinical in a majority of these matches, but there were even times, again, against Arsenal, because I especially remember that game as an Arsenal fan, where PSG probably should have put up 3 goals in the first leg against Arsenal, but they just couldn't finish certain ones. And that's what I was a little afraid of today was PSG going to finish their chances? Because how Inter plays, a little bit more defensive they were going to have, or they were going to allow PSG to have the ball. I was like, okay, PSG is going to have chances, but will they actually finish their shots? And boy, did. I mean, again, the first goal, just beautiful passing from the entire team. Beautiful build-up play. Gets to Hakimi. He's right within the box. Easy goal, 1-0. About 10 minutes later, Doue again, a beautiful strike. Deflects off a defender, goes in. And then really, it was multiple more chances within the the first half. They eventually go to halftime. And then by the second half, I swear to God, it almost felt like Inter didn't even touch the ball. Specifically, Inter's midfield was so just yesterday. Like they were getting killed by PSG. And PSG's, again, they've been doing this all year. But still, they got dominated. I never felt like Inter had the ball. And even if they did have the ball, it was for a very brief amount of time. And then they either would make a bad pass, PSG would get it, or again, someone would make a tackle. Like, I just felt like PSG had so much control coming out of that half. And again, Doue scores. And the attacking offense, it just continues to keep it up. Like, they just kept it up. And eventually, I'm always going to butcher this guy's name. Kvaratskhelia. I do not know how to say this guy's name. The white guy from Napoli. He has a beautiful goal. The pass was absolutely beautiful. I'm pretty sure that was from Dembele. Just clear through the defense. He finishes a beautiful strike. And I thought the game was over at that point. I thought it was over. But then again, not too much later, Mayulu, the 18-year-old kid, one of their youth prospects, he comes in and he scores the last goal to make it 5-0 in the Champions League final. Dude, that's got to feel amazing. And you could see it with his celebration. And I was really happy for PSG. I know a lot of people don't love what they represent just with the oil money and how they've gone about business the last 10 to 15, 20 years. But for me, this team, and I'm saying this again as a Arsenal fan, a fan that was knocked out by PSG. PSG have been probably, I would say they've probably been the second most enjoyable watch for me, at least within the Champions League. I've preferred Barcelona just because, again, it's high-flying offense. It's very, beautiful attack, blah, blah, blah. You guys know. But, man, PSG has just done a great job of scoring numerous goals when they need to in these games and also putting up very good defensive performances as well. And I just was really happy for them. I was happy for Enrique and just happy for these players. I mean, it's a bunch of young guys that are hungry. They're bringing the first UCL to the club. And they finish off a treble-winning year. Just an insane campaign from PSG. No one was expecting this after Mbappe leaves and how they started in the Champions League back in September, October. If you would have told me PSG were going to win in the last game of the final and they were going to win in dominant fashion and they were going to overall dominate their way to the final, I just would not have seen this coming at all. But again, credit to PSG. It's been one hell of a year and they deserve all of the accolades right now. And I just mentioned his name, but Luis Enrique, what a year, man. I mean, only his second year at PSG. He's trying to get everything to work. He has to now balance Mbappe leaving for free. That was a lot. And again, going into this year, people were pretty low on PSG. Was a little curious to see how they were going to do just because, like, okay, Mbappe's finally not here. You don't have that big star. But he's just done a great job of letting players really continue to continue to just kind of do what they have to do. Again, allowing them to be free-flowing within that attack. And we saw it so many times yesterday. I mean, the amount of chances that PSG had, I swear to God, they probably could have scored 8 goals yesterday or something. And some of the passing, it was just beautiful. They were just cutting Inter's defense. And it was just impeccable, honestly. Great football. Credit to him. This is now his second treble ever. Good for him. I think he's the only other manager that's done it, I think, is Pep. Credit to him. Again, in this modern day of football, he capitalized, especially on a year where Liverpool disappoint in the UCL, City are having a down year, Real Madrid not having a great year, Barca ends up losing to Inter. They don't even have to play Barca. He just capitalized, and I'm not taking anything away from him. It was a fantastic year. I thought he did such a good job of managing the multiple personalities, especially the attackers. I mean, there's so many attackers on this team, and just pushing the right buttons. He did it all. So I want to give a ton of credit to Enrique. And again, it's only his second year with this project, and this team is young. I'm very curious to see how PSG does in the next couple of years. I mean, we know they're going to dominate France, but on a European level, this team might be able to sustain this success. We just have to see how things go moving forward. And again, just a little bit more credit to PSG. What a run! I mean, you shut down Liverpool at their peak of the season. You beat them in Anfield on penalties. That was absolutely huge. You then go to play Aston Villa in one of the craziest 2 legs I've ever seen, especially that second leg where things got a little crazy. I mean, you were up 5-1, I'm pretty sure. Was it 5-1 or 4-1? And it looked like it was wrapped up, and all of a sudden they look like they're starting to choke. And PSG ends up being able to close the game out in England as well. They finish off Aston Villa. And then they finish off my team, Arsenal. You go into the Emirates, you score early. Should have had some more goals, to be honest. You take it back to Paris. You absolutely spank Arsenal in the second leg. And you can now say, hey, we just beat 3 English teams, too, to go to the UCL final. And then, of course, what they did to Inter is just impeccable. I mean, it's one of the most one-sided games I've ever seen. I think it's one of the most, if not the most dominated or one-sided dominated game in the UCL final ever. I mean, it's got to be up there. So just, again, ton of credit to PSG. It's just one hell of a run to get to this point. And last is, at least when it relates to PSG, is Dembele the favorite now to win the Ballon d'Or? A lot of people were saying if PSG didn't win that he wouldn't be the favorite, but I'm curious to see what people think. Like what do you guys think? Should Yamal get it? Should he get it? Should Salah get it? Should Rafinha get it? There are a couple guys this year. It's not really a clear winner this year. But I mean, you have to look at all of PSG's success. Almost every leg of the Champions League final, or excuse me, the finals, just the Champions League, was dominated by Dembele in some way. He scored in a majority of these games, so he had a huge reason for getting to this team to that point. Yes, I know he didn't score in the final, but I still thought he did a really good job, whether it was passing to teammates or defending as well. He did a great job defending, always was getting back. So I don't know if he wins the Ballon d'Or, but it wouldn't shock me now moving forward with PSG winning, again, a treble, UCL final. This guy had a great year. Maybe they give it to him. We'll have to see. But let me know what you guys think down below, because I'm really curious to see just what is the public thinking about the Ballon d'Or right now. And now we get to Inter. Why'd you even show up? Why did you even show up? If this was the performance you were going to put in, why did you even show up? I mean, as a neutral fan, I had PSG winning. I thought it was just going to be a little tougher. I thought there was going to be a little bit more resistance. There was no resistance. There was actually a lack of resistance, if you want to call it that. I just don't know what that was. That was terrible. And what's crazy is Inter is a good team defensively. And they just did not do that yesterday. PSG absolutely just cut them up. Like I said, the midfield was so weak. It just looked like there was just nothing there, especially from the Inter attack. I mean, my God, there was just nothing. I was like, oh, maybe Lautaro Martinez scores. I didn't see him do anything yesterday. It was just disappointing for Inter. Very disappointing for Inter. You bottle the league. We didn't bottle the league, but you lose the league on the last day. You lose in the UCL final in embarrassing fashion. You lost the UCL final 2 years ago to Man City, other treble winners as well. And it's really now at the point where, do you want to keep your manager? I'm hearing that their manager may not even return. They have a great team, of course, but man, in these big spots, this team just does not know how to get over the hump. And as a pure football fan, it's really hard for me to look back now and just be like, man, we really should have had Barcelona versus PSG. The amount of goals scoring in that game would have been nuts. Yamal as well versus Dembele versus Doue. It would have just been so tough. Like, there just would have been so much scoring. I think it would have been a fantastic final. And it's no hate to Inter. I mean, they obviously deserved the win against Barcelona. But it's more just a fact of the way that this played out. I mean, I don't know any fan that really would have rather had Barcelona not in the final other than like maybe Madrid fans, because I just don't see how it wouldn't have been a better viewing result overall. It just would have been better. It's a what if, but hey, maybe we'll see it next year. But man, Inter, just don't even... If you're going to play like that, just don't even show up, because you wasted my time. You wasted a lot of people's time. I still enjoyed the match, but, I mean, the match was over 20 minutes in. So, just embarrassing stuff from Inter. I'm curious to see how they bounce back. It's going to say a lot about that club and those players. But, man, that's just got to be so embarrassing. That's all I got for you guys on this one. Again, not going to go in too depth about this final because it was just straight BTA. I mean, it was 5-0. There's not much to break down other than that PSG absolutely just mollywopped this team. But again, a ton of credit to them. A bunch of youngsters, a bunch of great signings as well, all coming together as a collective, as a team, listening to their great manager with his tactics, him letting them do their things within the system. The free-flowing football, it was just beautiful. I love seeing it. And just overall, it was a great watch, more from not necessarily, again, an entertainment standpoint. I would have liked it to be closer, but the football itself was beautiful. So, again, ton of credit to PSG. What a campaign. Inter, you guys are going to have to regroup. Please do not show up to these big games if you're going to play like this. It's just, you're going to save everyone time. And yeah, that's all I got for you guys. If you like this video, feel free to give it a like. Again, drop your thoughts down below about the game and specifically the Ballon d'Or. Just really curious to see what people are thinking in the comment section. And if you like my type of content, feel free to subscribe. I will see you guys on the next one. Peace, guys.